Hi, I'm Logan from Donna Music, and I'm very happy to introduce you the latest firmware update of our Essential B1 synthesizer. So when you get the machine and update to our 1.1.0 firmware update, and you will notice that from the startup. So when you power it on the Essential B1, and you notice that the display now will show the actual firmware you're running. So you can see the 1.1.0, which stands for 1.1.0 firmware. The 1.1 firmware is our major update since the Essential B1 is released. So we have introduced a new mode called the song mode in this firmware update. So before the release of song mode, the Essential B1 can only switch its patterns manually while the up and down arrow keys, which looks like this. Which is not a very ideal way to do that. So now with the song mode, it's possible to change up to 16 patterns to extend the pattern length from 16 steps to 250 steps at most. Besides of letting it switch automatically, you can switch it yourself via 16 button instead of the up and down arrow keys. So with that said, you can view them as a 16 favorite slot that save 16 pattern you live for quick access. Double press pattern to enter song mode. In song mode, we have introduced slots. There are 16 slots, which are represented by 1 to 16 pads. Each slot can load one pattern from the 128 onboard memory. So in this, for example, the first slot is loaded the pattern 1. If you want to change it, you can use the up down arrow key. Let's say I want the slot 1 loaded the pattern 5, so I can do it while pressing the up down arrow key, just like this, and we set up our first slot. To add another slot, you can press down the first unlighted pad next to the last lighted pad, which for this situation is the number 2. So we press this, and you will notice that now the pad 2 is flashing, which means we have selected slot 2. And for this sample, I would like to load the pattern 10 to slot 2. So I just repeat it, just like using the up down arrow key. And we just add another, number 3. I would like to load the pattern 12 and pattern 13 for the slot 4. And you can do it up to 16 slot. So you can change up to 16 slot. And if you want to amend, let's say the slot A, I would like to change the pattern, and I'll just press it to select it, and using the up down arrow key to change the pattern. If I want to do a slide 16/4, I can hold the key to fast transpose it. If you want to delete the slot, you can press down the clear and rest key, press once, and it will clean the last slot, which in this case is the slot 16. And you can hold the clear and rest key for about 3 seconds to clear all slots. And in song mode, this 2 pad has its specific function. So the G sharp 3 This is for a global tempo on and off, and the A#3 is a change function. The A#3 pad is a change function in song mode, so when the change is on, the pattern will switch automatically when it hit the end, just like this. And when it's off, it won't change until you press another slot, just like this. And I can select whatever slot I want to select, just like for now I want to select the slot 12. And it will wait until the previous slot is finished when switching. And if you want to change them during the playing, and you can just simply turn it on. And for now, you will notice that every slot has a different tempo. So for this situation, we have introduced a global tempo which controlled by the G#3 key. So when I press down this key, and you will notice that every slot will play in a constant tempo. And when the global tempo is on, you can change the global tempo while the tempo tap. You can either tap tempo it or using the up-down arrow key to change the tempo. And when you turn off the global tempo, it will go back to the tempo that the pattern is saved. And while in song mode, you are still able to access the live performance feature on the Essential B1 through pressing just like the gate link. And the ratchet, and also the slide. And when you want to access song mode, you can just double tap the pattern button again. Another changes in the 1.1.0 is the way to access the live random features. So in the firmware 1.0.1, we have introduced a bunch of live random features for the Essential B1. But in the latest firmware, we have amended the way to access them. While playing the patterns and lock in song mode, you can press play, stop, or the record edit to generate a random pattern. For an exist pattern, gate length and ratchets, slide, and accent are randomly generated, but the pitch will remain the same. So if you want to random the pitch also, you will have to clean the pattern contents. You can do it while press play and stop plus the clear and rest to do it, just like this. And all you have to do is press play, stop, and record edit again to generate a new pattern. And you will notice that all the stuff are randomly generated, including the pitch. If you're not happy with the randomly generated pattern, you can do it again as many times as you want. And if you would like to go back to the original, just long press the pattern button for about 2 seconds. And you will go to the original. Another improvement in this firmware update is the visual feedback in pattern edit mode. So now, while in pattern edit mode, the keyboard will indicate the pitch of the selected step by illuminating the specific key. Just like this. For the pitches outside the physical range, both the octave and up-down arrow key will light up to indicate the actual pitch. So for this example, the 16th step of the pattern is actually 1 octave lower than the physical location. And we have enhanced the editing of gate length and the ratchets in the pattern edit mode. So for now, if you like to amend some steps gate length, all you have to do is just press down the gate length and using the up down arrow key to do it. And the ratchets are the same. So in the previous firmware, you will have to press down the gate length first to enter the specific edit mode, and using the up down arrow key to change it. And you also have to press down again to confirm, which is very annoying. And another feature, you will notice that the save button now will light up when any unsaved content precedes. The double check feature we have introduced in firmware 1.02 remains unchanged. And that's it. It's a brief introduction of our 1.1.0 firmware update. I'm looking forward to your guys' videos to let more people to know about our synthesizer. I appreciate that. I feel sorry about my poor English. If you have any questions about this firmware update, feel free to let me know via email or something like that. I'm more than happy to answer them. Thanks a lot. Bye.